Today, we're starting off here in my house. Welcome to my beautiful home. Something that I put a lot of effort into making it how I want it and how my family likes it. It's like living in a resort and it's fantastic. It's our dream home. So welcome to my home. Today we're going to be, I've got a couple of meetings that I've got to go to. It's not just about driving around in a car and hustling. So I hope you enjoy the time with us today. We'll see you out there. I'm catching up with a mate. He's a good friend of mine. I love hanging out with him. I love spitballing. He's actually made some colourful, like bright coloured sun shirts for the junior sailing team that I look after, and that's one of the things I do as a parent. So I'm picking, they're all paid for and made and picking them up. So I'm going to pick up a delivery, and then we're just going to be hanging out and chatting about just shooting the breeze. We did a great event together on the weekend. So we can talk about that, have a coffee, catch up. And I'm also doing a bit of market research. I'm going to be asking him that same question. If he could get inside my head and ask me any question, what would it be? Because I'm interested to know what people are thinking about, what they think I might have the answers to. Because that's, I'm kind of playing with this idea of other opportunities being a bit entrepreneurial. And that's what I want to get out of this session. I've got a question for you. If you could get inside my head and ask me any question, what would it be?
What would it be? I could ask you a lot of questions.
Go ahead.
My question would be, you've been running your business for a long time now.
Yeah, 17 years.
17 years.
Yeah.
How do you keep yourself fresh and hungry each day?
There's some daily routine activities which we've both been involved in. You've got to do exercise, you've got to eat properly, you've got to get hygiene around what time you go to bed, because there are definitely contributing factors that can cause like a compounding of a lack of energy. So like, I just watch one more episode of something on Netflix, and then all of a sudden you're not going to bed till an hour after the normal time. Then you're struggling to get out of bed in the morning and you're not motivated, and then you've just got, you compound your fatigue. So I think daily hygiene around for me, daily hygiene on your routine starts with what time you go to bed.
Yeah.
For me is I've got to be head near the pillow at 10 o'clock. So it's like whatever your nighttime routine is, and dinner and kids and exhaustion and all that kind of stuff, it's got you.
We have the app for you. We've got our lights set. They turn off at 10.
Oh, there you go. That's awesome.
So
that's
we
awesome.
were watching something and the lights go.
We're like, quick.
Oh shit, we better go to bed.
That's it, yeah. I answer the question?
Yep, no, you answered that question pretty well. There was another one I thought of while you were talking, and then it's come out of my head now.
So if you could get into
Culture.
Go ahead.
Okay, so how important is culture in your business, and how do you nurture it and maintain it?
So I put culture in front of everything. I will basically put culture in front of finance. I'll put it in front of everything. But that's my macro view of trying to create a business that runs itself, not something that I run. I think there's some mechanical steps to follow in terms of actually working out what it's going to be. And then the second thing is, well, then how do you nurture it? So the mechanical steps in terms of what it's going to be, I think it's good to get the team together and say, okay, well, what are some of, here's a list of cultural value words, if you like. Let's pick them out and see if we can say, as a group right now, what might be some words to describe ourselves? Friendly, empathetic, high performance, passionate about quality. Try and get it to 4. Then, as the leader of the business, you can say, okay, well, hang on a minute, where do I want to take the business? So then the second thing is to say, okay, well, how do I drive that? I think that a key word in terms of nurturing it, I think a key word that needs to be in that values list for every organisation is empathizing. Because sometimes you can realise that someone's not working out, for example. So let's talk about the negative side, the downside. Sometimes it's not working out. And so we have to say, okay, well, let me be super curious about that person right now instead of frustrated and angry and shitty. So let me empathize, let me get super curious about that person. And then in the back of my head, and this is a lot to answer your question, I'm looking at get it, want it, capacity. So have I got the right person in the right seat? Is the seat right? Is the person right? And is it the right person for the right seat, or the right person, wrong seat, or right seat, wrong person? So then I use empathy to say, okay, well, can this person physically do this job? Have they got the mental resilience? Have they got the days a week available? Have they got the skills? Because we can lift all that. But what you can't lift is get it or want it. And if they don't want it, then you go, okay, what do you want? What would you like to do more of? What would you like to do less of? That little discussion about culture, about entrepreneur and founder energy, those are the questions that I want to be asked, that we can definitely mentor people with and help people with. And it's interesting that he's asking them because I asked myself the same thing. This is Silver Cloud 2. You can follow it on Instagram, we'll tag it. This is a side project I'm working on. It's one of my passions, which is timber boats and old classic boats. So we're doing restoration. What's happening right now is we're cutting the roof off. We've made a brand new roof. We've been working on that for 9 months. That's finished and it's getting trucked in, and we'll try to do some video footage of that. But what the boys are doing today is finishing the cutting of demolishing, if you like, of this, so we can put a new roof on. So there's a full deck that goes on top of this, and you can see what the boys are up to. So the boat's in a complete mess, and I haven't really wanted to show people this because I was like waiting till it's finished. But this is the hustle. Like we're down here for a meeting, we're checking out what's going on. It's a bit embarrassing to show people because I'm really a proud person with this particular project. But you need to see it at its lowest point. And that quote says, there's a famous quote that says, if you're going through hell, don't stop, because that's a horrible place to hang out. So I'm going through hell right now. It's a bit stressful, we've got lots going on, but we're going to keep pushing through because the finished product is going to be absolutely amazing, and I hope to show you that too.